I got some new games. Oh, what a glorious day. Oh, get new games. The kids show you can wait. Hey there everybody, Jim here with another pickups video. It's been quite a while since I've done one, and I've amassed some pretty sweet games in that time, so let's take a look at them. First up, this nice stack of PS2 games. Right here, got a copy of Guilty Gear Isuka. This is really awesome, like 4-player Guilty Gear game where you can kind of like turn which direction you're facing, swap back and forth with a button press. And I don't know how else to explain it. It's 4-player Guilty Gear. It's awesome. Typical of Guilty Gear games. It's really fun, it looks excellent, and it has an amazing soundtrack. So Guilty Gear Isuka, if you've never tried this one, I would recommend it. Got a copy of Ryuga Gotoku 2, aka Yakuza 2. These games are always a lot of fun. Always lots of things to do on the side, lots of fun mini games, things like that, and of course plenty of action and intrigue. The kind of criminal element storylines they have, really cool. This game by Capcom racing game, it's Auto Modelista. Pretty cool cel-shaded racing game. I actually like it. I know it wasn't all that popular when it came out. I am more a fan of arcade style racing games. This game reminds me a lot of later Ridge Racer games like R4, and I like that, so I like Auto Modelista. I don't think it's really all that bad. Got a copy of Devil May Cry. I never got into this series really. The first one is fun enough. I played it when it first came out, way back in the day. Had a decent amount of fun with it, but wasn't totally blown away, and I'd never played a Devil May Cry game since then. So this was the first time I picked this game up in I want to say 12 years, and it's okay, not bad. Devil May Cry. King of Fighters 94 Reboot. It's redone, KOF 94. It's got online play, this, that, and the other thing. Of course, I assume nobody's playing this online anymore, but it is still pretty fun. I do love the King of Fighters games. I also got a copy of Rockman and its Power Battle Fighters, which basically it has the two arcade fighting games, which was Rockman Power Battle and Rockman the Power Fighters. I think this was Power Battle and Power Fighters. Really fun arcade style, not so much a fighting game. You pick from Rockman, Blues, or Proto Man, Treble, or not Treble, what am I saying? Forte, aka Bass, and then Duo, that's the other guy's name. And you basically go through fighting all of the bosses. It's basically just one long boss rush mode. And it's really fun, looks great, sounds great, a lot of fun gameplay there. And I got a copy of Marvel vs. Capcom 2. PS2 version is really good, they all are, whether it's on Xbox, Dreamcast, arcade. This is a fantastic game. Love me some Marvel vs. Capcom 2. And that's a nice little stack of PS2 games. Get that out of the way. All this, this isn't all Nintendo stuff, there's one straggler in there. But on Game Boy, I got a copy of Super Mario Land 2. I love this game. This is my first time owning it. I had borrowed it from a friend way back in the day. Luckily, right before going on a road trip, so this served me well. I really do love Mario Land 2. 2 games for the disc system. I got a copy of Metroid, which is awesome. I get to go back and replay Metroid, which is more difficult than I remember it being. I guess I didn't play it so much as a kid. It was maybe a little over my head when I tried to pick it up when I was 6 years old. I later became a huge fan of Super Metroid, but it is fun going back and playing Metroid again, and I am happy to have it on the disc system. And in this game, caught my eye. Last time on the podcast, Ed T1138 had brought it up. It's by Capcom. It's Gunsmoke. Really fun top-down shooter with an Old West theme, and it's a lot of fun. Gunsmoke by Capcom. This was released on the NES in the States. Got another game for my WonderSwan. It's Chaos Gear. Haven't played this very much, but it is like a strategy RPG, what have you. My WonderSwan doesn't really get all that much love, but I don't know, hopefully I can change that. Everything I find for the WonderSwan is always some kind of like text-heavy RPG. But Chaos Gear, WonderSwan. This one I was really happy to find. For the Famicom, complete and boxed, it's WWF WrestleMania Challenge, which is awesome. The game technically isn't that good, but I'm kind of nostalgic for old wrestling. When I was a little kid, I loved wrestling. I loved, like Ultimate Warrior and the Legion of Doom, guys like that. All those crazy over-the-top characters, Vader. Those were all my favorite wrestlers. So WrestleMania Challenge, I am happy to have that. Some Super Famicom games. This one, Battle Blaze. This game sucks. It's a 2D fighter, and it's terrible. It plays bad, looks bad, doesn't sound very good either. Battle Blaze. I got another Sailor Moon puzzle game. I'm amassing quite the collection of Sailor Moon games, actually. This one is Sailor Moon S, or Super S, Hua Hua Panic. Hua Hua means like fluffy or squishy. And basically this game, when I looked at it, I thought it was going to be like Puzzle Bobble, because you're shooting orbs upwards. It turns out they're like these water balloons, and you have to shoot them to fill them up and pop them, and you get bonuses for popping little groupings of the same color. So that's Sailor Moon Super S Hua Hua Panic. Pretty fun little puzzle game. This game is so awesome. I was super excited when I found this. I found it for $1. It came boxed. Box is a little tattered up, but who gives a shit? This game, Super Back to the Future 2. This was featured in the AVGN's like follow-up to some of his older reviews, where he talked about this being the only good game based on Back to the Future. I haven't played any other Back to the Future game. This game is awesome. It's so much fun. You're basically Marty on the hoverboard, and every level is just this kind of really fun obstacle course on your hoverboard. The boss at the end of all the levels is Biff in some way, shape, or form. And the music, the soundtrack is great. It's all these cool remixes of original Back to the Future music. I really love this game. Can't speak highly enough of it. Actually, having a lot of fun with this. Super Back to the Future 2. Great game. Really great game. Really awesome Disney game, published by Capcom. It's Mickey Mania. Really like this game. Looks good, sounds good. It's a lot of fun. I already have it on Mega Drive, but the Super Famicom version, I spotted it for pretty cheap, so yes. Mickey Mania. In general, the Mickey Mouse games are just awesome. This game, I was so happy to find this game because I'd actually never played it before, but I'd heard great things about it, and I got it in really great condition. It's a copy of Captain Commando. Captain Commando is a beat-em-up by Capcom, 4 selectable characters, and it's just a lot of fun. Just a wacky 2D beat-em-up, side-scrolling beat-em-up, in kind of the same vein as like Final Fight or something to that effect. Just a lot crazier. You have a lot more special moves, and the characters are a lot more unusual than you would find in most other beat-em-ups. So Captain Commando, really great game. Really enjoying it. And this one, I found this box to complete and was very happy about that too. I held off on buying loose copies because I wanted to find it complete. It's a copy of Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask for the Nintendo 64. Great game. Box is in great condition. Card is in great condition. It's got all the manual and all the other inserts. So really happy to find Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask. Great game. Get this junk off to the side. Alright. Some Dreamcast stuff. Here I got Sega GT, and it's such a ridiculous word. Homologation special? Homologation special? I don't know. Sega GT homologation special. Not such a huge fan of this. I guess it's still fairly arcadey. It's got a lot more drifting and stuff like that in it. Not a huge fan of that style of gameplay, but it's fun enough, I guess. It was like $2, so I can't really complain. This game, Room Mania, a real trip. Basically, just watch a guy in his room, and different, I guess, prompts will come up to hit different things in the room to force his interactions with him. And you shoot balls at all the stuff in his room, and it's just really, really unusual. Room Mania. Don't really know what to say about that one. This one, Sunrise Ayutan, and then something in kanji that I can't quite make out. Anyway, it's kind of a strategy battle game featuring characters from Gundam and some other mech series that I'm not familiar with. But it's just a mech strategy battle game. It's fun enough. A little slow getting started, but once you get started, it's pretty fun. This game, Zombie Revenge, which is kind of like House of the Dead, except it's done in a third-person shooter style, and it's pretty fun. Really cheesy voice acting, just like in House of the Dead, and I do like it. So Zombie Revenge for the Dreamcast. This game, finally found it. Not a particularly rare game, just one I couldn't seem to find. Finally got a copy of it. It's Sonic Adventure 2 for the Dreamcast. This game, I like playing as Sonic and Shadow. Everything else in this game I can do without. Don't really like playing as Tails or Eggman or Rouge or Knuckles in this game, unfortunately, because I just don't like those levels. If you're playing as Sonic or Shadow, game is freaking awesome. Playing as anyone else, it's totally boring. But Sonic Adventure 2, still really happy to have it. 2 games for the Saturn. This one, it's one of the Samurai Spirits games. I think it's the 4th one. All Samurai Spirits games are good. This one, really good on the Saturn, looks and sounds great, and it even comes with the 1 megabyte RAM expansion card to play it. And yeah, not much else to say. It's just a fun Samurai Spirits game for the Saturn. And in this game, I was totally happy to find it. Capcom's going to be releasing it soon, I guess, on virtual arcades or whatever. For the Saturn, it's the Dungeons and Dragons collection, and it comes with both, Eye of Beholder and Tower of Doom. Is that what they're called? Let me double check. Tower of Doom, I was correct about that. And Shadow of Mystara, sorry. Anyway, it comes with Tower of Doom and Shadow of Mystara, both really good games. The second game requires the 4 megabyte RAM expansion card to play it, which I have, so not a big deal. And just 2 really fun action beat-em-up D&D games by Capcom. Fantastic games. If you get the chance to check them out when they come out on the live arcade or whatever, I highly recommend that you do. They really are very good. So the Dungeons and Dragons collection. And then let me jump over to this last stack here. I got 4 games for the Neo Geo CD. ASO 2 Last Guardian is a top-down shoot-'em-up by SNK, and it's really fun. SNK makes some pretty damn good shooters. Rally Chase, which is a top-down rally racing game, which I'm pretty terrible at, but I was getting better at it as I played. I guess I just need a little more practice, but it is pretty fun. Rally Chase. And then I got a copy of Sengoku, which is a really cool beat 'em up by SNK. It's a beat 'em up, but you get swords and you can turn into these, turn into a samurai or a ninja or a dog, and you fight all these crazy it's a weird mesh of modern day environments and then these like, environments related to like Japanese mythology. It's just really cool. Sengoku on the Neo Geo CD, super awesome game. And then I got a copy of Sengoku 2, which is a lot like the first one. Graphics are better. Gameplay has changed a little bit. You always have a sword on you. So it's more of like a 2D hack and slash game, and you can still transform into the other characters. And there's even a bit of time travel in it. So there's a level in like 1940 something Europe, and you're fighting a bunch of Nazis, and that's really satisfying to hack up a bunch of Nazis with your samurai sword. So Sengoku 2 for the Neo Geo CD, another awesome game. This game here, let me read it off. It's Crockett. Kindano Kinka Box. It's by Konami. It's a 2D fighter, more or less. It's kind of plays a little bit like a 2D Smash Brothers. It's pretty fun. Like I said, when you have already played the Smash Brothers games and you go back and play this game, which is like Smash Brothers, just not as good. It's hard to have your attention held by it, but it is still pretty fun. For what it is. This game here, Destrega, which is kind of like an open field fighting game where you can run all around, kind of like if you've ever played Air Guys, kind of like that, just running around blasting at each other. It's pretty fun. Gameplay is a tad questionable. It's kind of too easy to either blow someone up or get blown up with very little effort, so it's kind of hit or miss. Winning is kind of like just pure chance in this game. But Destrega for the PlayStation. What did they title this one? Smackdown. They just called it Smackdown. Anyway, exciting progress. And this is WWF Smackdown. Exciting Pro Wrestling. Just the, I guess the first Smackdown game for the PlayStation. When THQ started making these, they were pretty fun at the time. I went back and played it. Not as fun as I remember it being when I rented it when I was like 12 or something like that. But still pretty fun. Smackdown. Exciting Pro Wrestling. Dragon Ball Final Bout. This is the, as far as I know, the first ever 3D Dragon Ball game. It's a fighting game. Plays more or less like the Super Butoden games, just in 3D. And it's so-so. It's not terrible. And let's see what else we got. This game, pretty cool. Over here it's titled Blood Factory. And in the United States and Europe, I believe it was called Loaded. And it had a sequel called Reloaded. But it's kind of like a top-down run and gun game. It's pretty fun. It's made by Interplay, and it's got some really wacky characters in it, which is pretty standard for Interplay games. But Blood Factory, pretty cool. Excuse me. This one, awesome. It's Hokuto no Ken, which is Fist of the North Star. And let me read, the entire title is ridiculous. Hokuto no Ken, Seiki Matsukyu Seishu Densetsu. Don't ask me what it means. It's a 3D beat 'em up, and I really like this game. I actually like this game more than the one that came out on 360 and PS3. It follows the story of the television series like perfectly. It has all these really cool cutscenes in it and stuff that are all rendered in 3D. And then when you beat like a boss character, it goes into kind of this mini game where you got to match all the button presses, and Kenshiro does like his 100 punches, which makes the enemy like explode into a just a big bloody mess. So Hokuto no Ken on the PlayStation is really fun. Really enjoying it. This game I took a chance on. It's pretty cool. It's called Angel Eyes. It's a 2D fighter. Some of the characters are 2D sprites, and then other ones are like these really crappy 3D models. So The 2D sprite characters look great. The 3D model characters look like total shit. But it does play pretty good. It's a fun game for the most part. It's a good looking game. It's got some wacky characters. It's actually another one of those fighting games with an all-female cast. I have quite a lot of those now. I don't know what the obsession was at that time with just making these all-female fighting games. But this is a pretty good game. Angel Eyes on the PlayStation. And then lastly, continuing my collection of this series of games, it's another one of the Rockman Complete Works. It's Rockman 4. This one was is the PS1 books version, which they started releasing these in cases like this. So it still has the manual and spine card and everything like that. It just doesn't come in a proper jewel case. So basically there are two versions of the Complete Works games that were released. There were the ones in jewel cases, and they were the ones that sold for a bit less, called the PS1 books versions. I just wanted to have this in my collection. It's a really great game. Basically they just took Rockman and then they updated the music. It's all just like remixed music from the original game, added some hints in there, and then cool galleries and things like that, and then even some Pocket Station functionality. So the Rockman Complete Works games that's something I'm working on getting all of them. So Rockman 4, really awesome. And that's it, everybody. That's gonna do it. That's a whole mess of games. I hope this didn't get too dry. As always, if you saw anything you liked, please let me know down in the comments. Please talk amongst yourselves. Talk with me. I don't really care. And again, as always, if you saw anything here that you want maybe see some gameplay of, or even a review, throw it out there. And I'm always open to that kind of, I guess, that kind of input. I think it's great. So everybody, thanks for watching. Please do go and enjoy some pickups of your own, I guess. I really never know what to say at the end of these videos. But thanks you for watching. Everybody take care, and I shall see you next time.